What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today, we have a really special guest in the building. Listen, this lady is a singer, a DJ, an actor, a writer. Listen, this lady is all over entertainment. She's doing a lot of big stuff, and she's about to do bigger stuff coming up right now. You know, we have in the building today, we have Suspense in the building today. What's going on, my sister?
Well, I'm here. Happy to be here. Hi, everybody. So for those who don't know, I'm Suspense. I'm called the Queen. And I call myself one queen because I was born a queen and I'll die a queen. And that's that.
That's it. All right, I hear you. You know what I mean? I like your energy. I like your vibe. But you know what's most intriguing about you? Your voice.
Thank you very much.
You know what I mean?
Very funny that while I was younger, I didn't like my voice. They used to say, hey, she look clean and she have a big man voice. That was it. They used to make fun of me. They were like, yo, she have man voice. I mean, I say, and a man voice. But then people who knew music and knew what a star is and who a star is, they would see me and say, wow. When I would say, good evening, they're like, wow, did that come out of your mouth? Yeah. Who just said that? Yeah. So, thank you very much. Thank you.
Definitely. On this podcast, we like to go right from the beginning and then bring it right up to 2023. So I knew you were born or you lived in St. Catharines for a while, right?
Yes.
What was it like growing up in St. Catharines back then?
All right. So I was born in my mother's house, by the way. That's War Hill, St. Catharines. My mother had a home delivery. And of course, let me tell you, growing up in St. Catharines was very nice. Very nice. Like, I was a tomboy, by the way. I had about like maybe say $60, $70, but that was what they wanted from me. But I wanted to make paper guns and make guns from the sticks and roll the wheel in the bottle and the stick and rent the bicycles because I didn't have a bicycle at the time. Rent bicycle and we might build ramps and it was always that. But I was always a leader in my community. From I was very small. I'd always been an influencer from I was very, very small. So I was always like, the queen don't come from music. The queen basically came from me always standing out. And people would say, she demanding and she commanding and she ruling. Yeah, I've always been, listen, everybody needs to sit and listen to me right now, right? So it was always that. Yeah. But growing up in my community, it was very good. I did summer schools with the kids. I grew up in church. Okay. Of course, and I was always an active member of the church, even though I wasn't a Christian from that small, tender age. I did pageants, young pageants. Okay. Any local way, anywhere, one circle there, you can find me in the middle. Right. So that was always me. My community is very War Hill. My mom's name is War. Okay. Yes, and the community is War Hill, and I've always been, because like when you grow up, you have some things like we're bossy and we'll go on some certain way. Yeah. I always said, listen to me. I don't know that talk. I'm mother own the community, so we have to look up to me. So it was always that. It was very great. It was very great.
Very good. So even your house, do you live with your mom and your dad? Just your mom? And how many brothers and sisters, if you have any brothers and sisters?
All right. So I have about 7 sisters or 8 and about 6 brothers. I lost one of my brothers in 2019 or 2020. He was gunned down. But I have about 8 or 7 sisters to be sure. I'm not sure because daddy, he make him runs, you know? Yeah. He make him runs. But like in my household, it was myself, my mom, my big brother, and my little sister. It was us only, and my mom was doing like 2 to 3 jobs, and it was just us. My dad, I would go to my sister's house on a weekend if I beg my mom to go, because sad to say, I did not get my dad's last name, so it was a very sticky thing for me. Yes, and as I grew up, I started learning about other sisters and other brothers, so you would understand where I'm coming from. But it was always mom being the dad, the father, the king, the mother, the best friend. It was mom. Pollyanna Rose was that lady. So it was just us. Yeah.
Right through. And growing up now, what did you think you were going to get into? Because again, you're tomboyish, you're roughing it out with all the boys and everything. What did you think you were going to get into growing up? Did you want to be a doctor, a lawyer? What did you want to be?
All right. So at a tender age, I wanted to be a teacher, right? I still could be a teacher any day. So I wanted to be a teacher, right? And then from there, well, you know, when you go to in Jamaica, when you go to high school, you choose your subjects based on what you want to become. Now, the name Suspense is just, I did for name Suspense. If you get what I say, I did for name Suspense. They never know what's coming next. When everybody chose, like, I'm going to go with POB and so because they want to go in business. Some go do the arts because they want to go. I did one of everything. It never lead to nothing at all.
Yeah.
But I know I wanted to be a teacher and I always wanted to be a fashion designer. Always. Those were my two mains, right? And I used to teach a lot as a kid. Whatever I learned, I would come back and teach the other kids. And if there are no kids present, I would have beat bush. Me put on the bush and tell them, I'm going to beat them and teach them. Yeah, that was right and ticky and, you know, sign and, put the little scene something there and, So I was wanting to be a teacher.
You want to be, because I know you're a singer, you're an actor, you're a dancer. What was the first thing you discovered about yourself artistically? Could you draw? Did you like dancing? You heard music? What was it that you discovered about yourself?
All right.
First?
So for my fans that might not know this, I used to draw. I can give me a pen and a paper.
Yeah.
I draw you girls the way of them shape, the feature of the face.
Okay.
So because I wanted to be a fashion designer, I've been drawing from a tender age. But my mom used to collect each paper and put them together. So I used to draw. That was the first thing. Right? And then I was a little bit, don't care what you want to say, I was a little bit jealous of my big brother and my cousin. And I wanted to make sure that they must sing and I get big up at church. So I want to sing too. So yes, I went in and I started to sing and it wasn't going so good to me because my voice did big and I couldn't manage it.
Yeah.
And then dancing, man, I was, you see me, you see me, I'm 5 flat.
Yeah.
And before my kids, I never have no weight. I never have this much weight.
Yeah.
I was this skinny little thing. But when I shake and I dance. I'm a very creative person. So you come here and you do something, even like with the TikTok now. You say them come do something, I'm not going to do the same thing that they do. So yes, I discovered the joint first. And then I went into the singing a little bit, but the dancing always stood out. The dancing stood out long before I decided I was going to be an artist.
Yeah.
This wasn't a born with, you know, some people say, I'm born for this, I didn't know. Not me. It shows me.
It shows you. So
Yes.
when you're in school now, are you pursuing dancing somewhere like you're in dance classes and those type of stuff here? Or did the music present itself where you didn't get into the music yet at that point?
I'm not into music at all.
Yeah.
I think the first song I wrote was my grade 8 religious education song.
Yeah.
It was something like, where are you? Something like, where were you when them crucified my God? Blah, blah, blah. I don't remember the song, but But when I was going to high school and school, let me say, I used to do dancing. I did kumina.
Okay.
I did, I was doing cheerleading.
Yeah.
And I was doing this normal dances, just like recreational dancing, like, but those, anyway, look at music there, pang, pang, pang. Suspense was present. Yes, the music never presented itself nowhere in high school. I wrote a 2 local song. I remember I never sang. I used to name Misting before Suspense.
Okay, that was your original.
My original name was Misting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody have this song like, people don't laugh now, don't laugh. It was, no, it's not Misting. It was Baby Doll was my first name before Misting. So it was Baby Doll first before Misting. So basically, me used to have this song say, who run things? Baby doll, who carry the swing? Baby doll, baby doll, baby doll, baby doll. Me take it to them like a skit. Me take it to them, make them all want sit. Me all make, oh God, it's so ABC. But that was my first song, that was my first song though, and never think ever. Just I just like to see what people like when I see say Bounty Killer, I love Baby Sham, I love Lady Sam, I love Tennessee Stevens. When I see them perform in front of people, I always like sing over their songs, and that's all me know say.
Yeah.
Mama, you know say if you do this though. You know? Because I realize when I go in front of a crowd, I'm given a beat or a mic, Suspense transform. So that's all me know it choose me.
It chose you.
Yes.
Because I know Pinchers is your cousin's father.
Pinchers is my cousin's father, yes.
So was he the first artist that you actually seen up close and personal around?
Pinchers was the first artist I seen up close, and Richie Spice, because we're from the same community as well.
Okay.
Yes, and his brother as well.
Rockall.
Yeah, Rockall. Yeah. So basically, Princess was the person who would have come into the community and him would have put like blocks, concrete blocks, and board on it and have the kids sit and watch their movie. He was the first person who came around. But let me get into it a little bit more for you that it was not Princess who encouraged me or anybody like that. It was my uncle that passed off. May his soul rest in peace. His name Bass. But that man had a sound system and he had the vinyl. So back in the days, every day, remember saying no, we live in the same yard and my church is right there and my uncle is right here. Him not go to church. So Sunday morning when you think you wake up, you go hear say. You go hear, you not hear that. You hear some big man thing that go on, some Beres Aman and some Sanchez, and that's how I learn. Cause I'm a old school girl. So what happened is that me take on to him more and sit down on the mother call me say, you need to come get ready for God church. But I was always down there. I wanted to know how to spin, all of that. And then my other uncle, Barry, he had the lawn.
Okay.
To keep the parties, so people come from near and far and rent the land. So, and then we had pig pens in our yard, and we had goats. So once you rent the land, you get a pig and a goat. And we had fowl. So me used to help them kill the fowl and the goat and the pig, just to get ready. And just that once I'm there from early, and then late hours, then nobody run me again. So me relevant.
Yeah.
That at that time we have the big black sound box them. And then the little Mackie box them we have, we like nowadays. And the big sound box when you look, you have 10 over here, so 10 over here, so you have 4 corner. And I help them line the place with them little, you used to have them little something there in Jamaica. They used to decorate the dance. Yes, so basically it was like that for me, and I used to present myself from early out, because I know I see one posters, and over my uncle land them I come, so I get myself ready. So it's 9 o'clock when you can't run me, When I've waited about 12 o'clock when I say, come go on in, but one time I can't run me, because I find one corner catch up. Because I dance to some music, yeah. So that was basically it for me. My teeth out and go party and them something there. Because it was right next door, of course.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That was it there with your uncle. He was the one that really introduced you into music. I know you were in church, you were singing in church, and you're doing a lot of stuff in church. But then this is probably a little later on now, when you became a teenager. When did streets get involved with your life now?
All right, so streets got involved from when I was about 12 or 13. That's when break-up dancing come in now. And every look, what we used to do, I would never start boombox. We used to have Walkman and stuff like that. And we used to, like how we have the boombox, so you can have the Bluetooth and them something. We used to have infrared. So we used to infrared the song, and we used to get the songs played, and we used to build some circles, and we would broke ins and broke up, and that's where it started. And then we realized, I don't want the inside. I don't want that church when everybody's the outer door. I want the outer door. So basically, I couldn't go though, because my mother say church, so church you have to go. But I started to. High school I used to be a very good girl whenever I wanted to go to the events and the little fets and stuff keeping. So that's when the streets start. And when the streets get big now, because I'm 31. But I left high school when I was 15.
Okay.
So, only part time I get front streets. Because when I left high school, I'm a big woman now, mama. When I left high school now, I left Rockall and I went to Kentire to live.
Okay.
Yes, so when I live with my mother, because I tell my grandmother any little piece of lie, and go every little fit and meet up any little where the pan knock. So there. Call it about 15 when we really start take on the streets. Yeah, about 15.
Because I know you got deep into the streets one time.
Yeah, man, we start dance at one point downtown with I don't remember his name. He passed off as well. Tipper. His name Tipper. He used to be a dancer and he had some groups downtown. No, I don't know about downtown. I'm not go downtown, I'm a rural girl. I don't know nothing about downtown. I come from up Rockall, ready side. I used to dance downtown. And when I dance downtown, people build a circle around us and we jump in the ring, them throw money, that money now, get us our clothes and everything for next week. So basically that's when we get deep in the streets now. People start knowing me as a little dancer. Little wassy little dancer. Yeah. So that's when we gone in the streets. Mama don't know nothing about this at the time. Nothing. Think like that, they're popping, I relax in a bed. Friday evening, left from school, I used to go to Exeter Community College. I did tourism entertainment management.
Okay.
And I only got there because fashion designing school never worked out for me. Yes, so as I say, it chose me. These things just came into my path, into my sight, in my way.
You see, the thing I like with you, it's like, in my mind, it's like you've lived 100 different lives.
Yes.
You go to school, but you'd be in the street dancing. You would go to church, but then you're over here doing this. It's like you lived so
Because
many different
I
things.
think that I watched my mom did 3 jobs, one of which was pressing and washing for people. And I knew that that was never what I wanted for myself or for my kids. I didn't want any kids, by the way, but I have 2. So basically, it was like I got to get my mom from here. That was one of the main things. Before my son got involved, I wanted to get my mom out of doing certain stuff, even though by the time I started to do my thing, mommy was already a CHR working in the hospital and clinics and stuff. But for me, like, I think I was born to stand out, and I was born a hustler. That was it. I don't like boring life. Boring thing make me just get paranoid and anxiety start grab me. Yeah. So basically, yeah, I think I live about 300 lives.
Yeah, you're like a ball of energy. You're just
Yes.
into everything. And when I said streets, I know that, okay, you're dancing and stuff, you linked with expressions and stuff. But I'm
Yes.
talking about the badness in the streets.
Well, the badness not the streets, no. You know this part going on.
Uh-huh.
So mama know, mama leng, lick up me say, mama leng yang go like such a bad. No bad thing in them, just a proud of you, them I know say you are going a bad man. I don't want to look me, first thing first. I want to see me as a little dog. You know, one of them little general up on the corner. You see me? People always say, you're little girl like gangster, you know. You know, I'm always that standoffish right there. So basically, I got involved in some things that might carry you, that might stick on you, so you don't speak of it. But I got involved in some things that ended up in me getting shot.
In your arm?
I got shot in my arm and one grazed right here in 2009. And there and then I knew that badness and off suspense. You allow that move to the youth them.
What was it like actually now getting shot? Where, okay, yeah, you're in the streets doing whatever, yeah, that's cool. But actually now this is where badness meets reality. What was that like actually getting that shot?
All right, so it was really hard for me because it was 3 of us that got shot and I was the only survivor. Yes. So that was an eye-opener for me.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you're born and grew up in a church. What is it really I get to Come on, girl, you're so beautiful. Come, you need to stop. So when badness meet reality, that was it for me. And I know that I need to make sure that whenever I get kids, they not do this. This not relevant. And then the moment when I know, say, it was the worst thing that happened to me, one of the worst things that happened to me. When I got shot and I called my mom did not send me to Price Right. My mom sent me to Redills. I used to do ear as well from them times. So I did then time we have 3 pieces there, them little plastic ear there. So I glued on my mom's ear and my auntie's ear. And I said, I go down with my friend Roxanne, but me drive past Roxanne long gone and gone about my business. Now when me get shot, somebody saw and they called my mom and my mother say, she lucky. My mother, a church woman, my mother not tell me say me lucky, so me I say, oh God. But this will be my mother now. My mother done with me now. And that's something I say, Mama, I don't eat, Mama, I don't eat. Tap look man, drop your socks and I eat. You see me? So that was basically when I know say, nope, no come on me with no gun, no come on me with no coke, no come on me with nothing, but I'm not doing it. I don't want to see it. You see me?
Like that.
Because when I got shot, the persons who I was there with, otherwise and the persons who died, you wouldn't left me. So,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, who hear this all the while and say, badness not pay, and just hear it, badness not pay, brother.
Because you'd usually hear man and man getting shot and stuff, but when you hear a woman get shot, especially, it's not a stray per se. It's like you're in the badness, so then for you to get, that's really eye-opening. It's like, holy shit.
Basically, it was very rough, and I'm glad. What I know is, I'm glad say it happened, I'm live, and I'm here today because certain stuff I'd never do again. If I could relive my life, certain things I wouldn't do again. Like I wouldn't get shot, but probably would do when I get shot, but more smarter. But certain things, if I could relive my life, would never, ever, ever happen to me again.
So after how long were you down for after getting shot?
No, I wasn't down for no time at all.
Yeah.
I just got the worry that I had, and I decided that come to the hospital. This is it. So I wasn't allowed to go back where I got shot and stuff like that. And I just started to focus more. I was going to college. So I started to focus more on my schoolwork.
So this was college badness you're dealing with at that time.
And a college time, but in a college badness, it's not nothing to do with college. Enough and ups. I saw that go. Enough and ups, I suck up. This not nothing to do with college badness,
Yeah.
because this a college them things. I'm this. This top girl, in her skirt and her heels, and because we used to wear heels, navy blue stocking, navy blue skirt, and white top with navy blue thing around it. Yeah, so no man, them things that me want nice little girl that come in the school. Then time the boy pity you know.
Yeah.
And I was a gold digger at the time too.
Boy.
Like a young
Yeah. Okay, so then what was your next move? Music? Was this when now you got expressions? You started to dance first?
All right, so I started to dance because Expression was based in Excelsior as well. That's the school I used to go to. Now on the main campus we used to have a lot of they had the dance class there. So I started to watch them and so on. And then what happened was that I know me can dance for a long time. So what me to know is that one day I see them advertise something. And I went in advertising for Guinness, I think. Or Boom at the time. I don't remember what it was. But they had an audition and I went. And when I got them tell me, say, your body in about it is too skinny.
Yeah.
I'm going to start take Perital. Because I say, I put on a little flesh. But Perital never worked for me. It never worked for me. Perital never worked for me. I don't put on no weight. I'm going to do sleep. So the first time I never got through, and the second time it got through, and I start hang around and I start go with them. So half-time Premier League matches, we dance. Half-time Premier League matches. Every half-time.
Yeah.
And my liquor, so me get to cheat the game. Whether I can dance better than somebody or not, I'm always at the front because I'm very small. You see me? So there and then it start get better. And then so we move on to me doing this over and over. And then my son came in the picture. I had to start dancing.
That's when okay, your life took a different direction. So you're no longer dancing. So then
dancing.
when did you decide to actually, what made you decide to get into Magnum King and Queen? Because I know you tried it once or twice before you actually got in.
No. I only tried it. All right. So first, it was because I realized I couldn't dance anymore. I started to rewrite people's songs. Yeah. So I do my own cover of Potential Kids song. Yes, nice. So I did the song called This Nice, and people are saying, yo, you have the voice, and within that same period of time, I went to Magnum Kings and Queen of Dancehall. And when I went to my first audition, I go Rising Stars first.
Oh, it was Rising Stars first.
Yes.
Okay.
And when I went to Rising Stars, I passed the first two judges, and then when we reached the main judge, he never liked me. Him never like me. Never like my voice. Him think say I made me choose the wrong song. And me take that time I go back home and me hear about Magnum. And me don't remember me hear about Magnum. Me don't remember who sent me go Magnum. But all me know is when me hear about the opportunity when me know me can rise, me I go jump on it. And that's what happened. I went to Portmore one early morning. The line of about 1,000 people. I'm there about 1,001. Sun hot. The makeup on my oven and melt off. But maybe this side me I go do. And I went and I do a song called I did a song. The first song I did, it was a song called My Hotter Than No Lie. The song I'm gonna do, it say, Abe, make you can look like me. Abe, make a me give him the better winery. And Abe, make a my yard, they must stay and buy me beer name, brand and buy a beer, re. So that song now, Muscle was outside, can't go near perform in front of everybody,
Okay.
So you have to do good. And when I do what I do, outside tear up, boom. So me think I want to do, I'm going to now, so I go in and go to Miss Kitty and I look at it now. So I VIP part now, and I go 2 audition before I reach the main person. And when I reach the main person, most of them start sing. Miss Kitty goes so, Abe, I don't like your song. Me say, if you could have, let me get this. Sorry. Let me tell you something. If you could have pick up my heart, if you could have picked out my heart at the time, because I was so embarrassed at the time. Ooh, sorry. I was so embarrassed at the time. So I was so embarrassed that me decided to me nah go again, me nah go back.
Yeah.
She embarrassed me nah go back. You know? And then me the home and me see myself on the TV. The audition.
Yeah.
And me say no, me nah give up. I'm crazy. All right, one next song.
Also, even if you don't go through,
Yes, you
they
can try
still
again.
the
For
audition,
auditions.
but the audition they still show it on the TV and stuff like that.
Yes, them pick out who them want because you know financial you go on good, man. Is
Yeah.
it you go on good or you not go on good? I mean, me go on good.
Yeah.
So me go home now, write one song and say, Miss Kitty, you come talk, but you not like my song, Miss Kitty. You crazy. All right then. So I go home, I'm still I'm say more one song we go, wow, Miss Kitty. I'm more one song we go. Like for me, like me I say, me want she sister, she can't ramp with me.
Yeah.
So I go back to Kingston audition now. You know, when I go audition in a Jamaican place. Anyway, when I go anyway, find one little friend we can talk to and something. Find one little youth we can talk to. You want men and go right through. So me and I go through. It is stressing. Auditions are stressing.
Of course.
Yeah, move. I go from places so when I'm not cover. You know them little way there. You're nervous because you see so many people. You see so much talent I've showcased front of you. So I go with that song and me and say, "Ma hotter than them. My might look slim but my fatter than them. Stress free no worry about, not a problem. Well I girl worry about what she got to condemn. I'm gonna ask Christ, you know. Miss Kitty she go sign a man and say, hey, come for your ticket. And that was all I needed.
Yeah.
That was all I needed, muscle. And I decided, say, listen to me now, look out for me now, come here, come here on the whole place. But 2013 wasn't a very great year for me because I got into Magnum. I did about 6 live shows. And then one day I got a low vote. And the low vote that I got had me clash with Sassy Silva. She was the winner that year. And when we did the clash, I couldn't remember my lyrics.
Were you nervous, or why do you think you couldn't remember your lyrics at that time?
Me don't know, yeah, man. Me don't know, cause me come with the song to come tear her down. If the song they come out,
Yeah.
she wouldn't be the winner.
Yeah.
You see me, big bad artist. But what she came with and what I had put in place, if the song they come out, it would have been a different thing. Understand me? But me don't know what. Me don't think a nerve. Me don't know what. Me yet to see. I remember what it was. But then I went 2015 again on Magnum again. And when I get through again, but then I wasn't there. And then I go back 2017. I'm go 2017.
So that was the third try.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my third try now. Third, them say 3 is a charm, innit? So when we go back now, I'm telling you this. From I go and get through the audition, because me I go this time, I say, I'm not telling nobody muscle. I'm not telling nobody nothing. I just walk in. Mommy, pray for me. Nobody else not know what I go on. I go, and then when I go in, you still can't tell nobody, because you don't know if you get through. When you go in now, and them give you one paper, you know, them give like at least one good 50 people or 100 people, you know, and to go through from, you know. So, you know, you have to stay one day when you get one look random call saying, you were chosen for Magnum Kings and Queen of Dance, blah, blah, blah. And then they start tell people, guess what? From 2017, if I'm going to go audition, I'm telling myself, say, you name one queen.
Yeah.
Am I here? May I go for it? And show the whole of 2017, I never picked up one bad comment through the whole of my competition that year.
Yeah.
The year that I was victorious.
But that year was even interesting for you too, because I remember there was one time you even had on a neck brace.
Yes, because I met into a big car accident. I think maybe the 8 live show. Right after performing, I went to Temple Hall, not a show, at a party. I was supporting somebody, and I was driving real fast, and something black came over my eyes. Now people tell me say that, like the newspaper told me to say that it was fatigueness, but it was not. I was not tired. I literally saw my eyes got black. My sister said I was cursing bad words, and she said, if I did fatigueness, those are should have cuss. You understand me? Me say, wow, what this? What about like this? I saw me a behave. Yeah, and by the time I look, it was her side that going at the wall and I swing the car and my side get licked and I get chopped in the car. I get chopped now. I don't know if my neck did the seatbelt, they tear up my chest.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, listen to me. I'm getting out of this. I said, my sister open my door, kick her door open, because it's smoking. I'm still hearing my song. Can you spend your own door? And you run things. The song, the car crashing on right off, But the music still a play. Because I drive with loud music.
Yeah.
And the last time I have music and kick the door open, when I kick the door open, I drop. And a person that was in the party went home early and was on her way to go to work. She's a nurse. And the person picked me up. And I don't know what else happened. I did not know where I was because I was unconscious and nobody never know me there either. People were looking for me like certain hospitals. Where are you? And I remember, this is something I'd like to share, that when I was in the UC hospital, university, when I was in UC hospital, I didn't have a health card. And when they found out I didn't have a health card, they took their brace off my neck. Because when I go in, they put the brace on your neck while I was unconscious. When I come back, I have on the brace and everything. And then take the brace off of my neck. And I was with this man, and him said, no man, don't move. Them tell mother say, them can't move me go public, which is all the way downtown. I go drive without a neck brace. And my neck basically fractured,
Yeah.
And this man I was talking to, and him said, no, make sure stay, I'll pay the bill. And I wasn't in the hospital. I left the hospital the same day or the day after, I don't remember. But when I left the hospital, Magnum, the Star, my workplace, everybody sent their gifts to my house, and it was the neck brace that was, and things that me I got hold on. We never hold on. I had Island Squeeze on my side, and then bring new neck brace come give me for the show, and I went in and I wrote the song. You coulda hear say me dead, you coulda hear say me gone, say me there run out of mag. But I wore that neck brace as a trophy to say I was alive. Yes, so that was one of the big things that happened to me during Magnum Kings and Queen of Dancehall. But me they go there, go work with the neck brace. They even cut my track.
Yeah.
Them cut my track, because they say, yo, I think Shaka can manage to sing out,
Yeah.
Because me have more verses, but they never give me, and understandable. I got it done, and about 2 to 3 weeks after, I could have worked without the neck brace, and I come back.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fighter, I go work.
I could see that, and then the moment now was when you clashed the lady from Japan. What was her name again?
Rankin Pumpkin. My son called her Rankin Pumpkin.
Rankin Pumpkin, because the thing with it now, she came out in a karate suit, but hers was white. You came out in one too, but with a sword, and yours was black.
All right, so if I can remember well, I think they said that Japan, the persons who fight against Japan, they're called
The Samurai Warriors?
Samurai Warriors. So I was a samurai. That was, I was a samurai. I was just as a samurai. So when it came out the first time, she come out with a thing, everybody real, because they say, you should come for war, but they never know, say. Suspense is a out of the box thinker. Mama, me not come in an army clothes for you.
Yeah.
Because I say I'm Japanese, me I come straight and say, who I come kill you is a samurai, I come kill you. So that was it. Yeah, that was it, man. That was it. Come out fear, and I use what was great in that performance is I used my son's voice in the intro.
Okay.
He said, Mommy, can you do something for me, please? And I say, what is that, Tijan? And him say, kill Rankin Pumpkin tonight. And before the song could have started, the whole crowd tear down. Because my baby was about 4 or 5 at the time. Yeah. And honestly, that was a day. And then they told me that I could, after that, them say me can't go near her because them say me go up in her face. And me I say, you just go learn pitch that. How you what? But how you what? The time they said that she was scared.
Yeah.
That was a lie, but them said she did scared. And them tell me to have to stay far from her. So if you realize the final class, I was not going close to her at all. Yes, so yeah.
Then you won and you did everything. I think you had won $1.5 million.
Yes.
Yes. That time there, everything is going good. You won. Now you won. When you came back to the community, how was it now when you got back to the community after winning this big competition?
So after I won, it was rough for me because guess what? Now when I win, I live at Duane Park area. I had my good times in Kintyre, and I was living with my son's dad before that in Stipe Road. So my life, and you have Wild. Where you go suspend to where you go meet up with the people, where you go. So I went to Wild, of course. Up to now, up to now, everybody in my community look up to me like, yo, I saw Spencer, yo, mama, you know. So it was, I was well received. And them saying I'm get crowned in your hometown. I sing it in more than one of my songs. But I sing it, but to be honest with you, them crown me. Them crown me. It was good. It was good. And my mom was very happy. My sisters and my brothers were very happy. And my son, not so happy because no, my mother got very busy.
Yeah.
And my son, like at the age of 5, he used to everything. So we could show him with gifts, him feeling better, and them little things there. So yeah, and then my workplace, KCC, I used to work for the government as a compliance officer.
Compliance officer.
Yeah, man. Them did have my back right too, and the support was, was marvelous. And you know, it was for me like some people are gonna just win and just go back to them hometown. I had so many places to go back, and you know, and say thanks. So it was, as I said, we live about 100-200 life. As we say, I said 300. Yeah, I had about 300 places to go to them thanks. Yeah.
Right throughout there. So then you're doing good. You won. You got a good prize money. Everything is going good. But in the same year, everything stopped. Because again, remember, a super low for you was getting shot. A super high for you was winning the competition.
Yes.
Now we're about to go right back down to another super low. Where did you, not even where did you disappear? You decided to go back into the Christian life. Why did you decide to do that after getting to the peak of where you've been in your
Wanted
career?
to be. All right, so the industry will make you, tear you, break you, and deteriorate you to zero. You have to be strong-minded. I'm very strong-minded, but I think that I was fighting a battle where I can't win. So I had experienced some personal stuff with the person I was with, and that was a life or death. So I started talking to my now husband, and what happened mostly was that one day I get up, my son can't walk. Just can't walk, so 2 foot them dead. I was working with some people that were not honest with me. My money that I got, it wasn't in my hands. I had some issues, you know.
The money that you won.
I won. Cause issues, cause haters, it caused this. And
course
then
it
in
is.
the middle of it, in the middle of all of that, I'm being cheated. In the middle of all of that, my now husband's brother was gunned down, shot. And he didn't die, but he lost both his eye, lost the eyesight, both eyeballs, and then we decided to say, nope, I'm sorry, I'm not continuing. Because then there and then I get something like, gotta call me back at the time. Oh, and then I crashed. Again. I crashed again. I go buy my van. And I use my chair to go buy parts for the van because the van never new. Buy come everything new, you know?
Yeah.
And I go, and it wasn't me driving. But guess what? It was my part where get leak. My best friend Kadeen was driving, but when the car leak, I made them leak. So the neck, again. So it's like for me, like, and amongst other stuff what me can't mention or no feel for mention is that me that got down like no, me not see no way out. Me not see like, is there gonna be a way out of this? You know what? Me I work with producers where could have make me reach 100 and them stop me at 20. Engineers way would I work with but them want go and panty. You know, so me say, you know what? Fuck this, God not feel me. But be that becoming a Christian was that a plan. But I said, no, I go to church. And it just happened that I was in the crowd. They were calling people on the podium. Next thing I look, I'm up there. Next thing I look, I'm baptized. And on a plan.
Yeah.
It was never a plan. And when me baptize and come out, me go live. So the world get it.
Ah, boy. Because I know in the paper, I think that they said that Suspense gave her life to the Lord right after you won and those type of stuff there. You're in there for a while, but this is 2017, the same year that you won.
October 2017.
Okay. There in Christian life doing your stuff. Were you happy being a Christian at this point here now?
All right. So, like, for the first year, I was happy. And for the second year, I was unhappy, battling anxiety, wanting the world so badly. As some people are going to come, they can't come and pretend, all them pretend. I'll never pretend. So, me decided, say, look here, no, man. I started, me start praying now. I said to Father God, may I beg you now? No, may I beg you? No, make me turn back. Because this them want. But then, me not understand. As a writer, we write a 10 song and one day can't write one good gospel song.
Okay, so you were living the Christian life and you were trying to be a gospel artist at this time
Yes,
also?
yes.
Got you. So the music was still in you. You were still vibing and everything.
Yes.
But you, as you said, you couldn't turn the engine on to make you start writing songs.
I was around Kevin Downswell. I was around Prodigal Son. My one Prodigal Son show film. And them look at something me do, me go there, but I was never happy. And then like for them now, okay, let me tell you something. So if I drive come here, muscle, and you have a show, me come here, you give me a thing in my hand. When I drive to the gospel shows, them say, God bless you, God bless you. So God bless you now for full my tank and feed my pitney and feed me. No, it couldn't feed my pitney. You know, in my shoes, so when you come at me, I was like, yo, what am I come at me? What am I coming with? Until I understand. So look here, when I go come, and I go attack on the back. Because I now walking in my shoes. Me I go church. Me have hungry days. Hungry days. God I was saying angel now, but me have some hungry days there. And you know, it's Sunday hungry. Hungry, man. Yeah, man. But what happened was that during COVID, I decided that I don't want to be a gospel artist.
Yeah.
I wanted to do culture music.
Okay, so no gospel, but you're still gonna be cultural. So it's dancehall or reggae, but it's just not gospel.
Not gospel.
So you're staying in that type of lane.
Yes.
Got you.
So as soon as I decided I'm going to go back out now, the first song come to me is, the Father Him never left me, so no man can curse me, none of them can judge me, no. Yeah, it was a song called Teach Me How to Pray. All along me a Christian, I couldn't find a song. You understand me? And I met Spice while I was a Christian in Portmore. And she said, girl, don't worry yourself. Girl, don't worry yourself. Me will help her at one gospel song because it's not hard. But we never got around to doing that. And, you know, it was like, all right, what I say like, more for so, I mean, I want job, I make $50,000, but your job, I go pay me $70,000. Where I go for? The 70 grand. So for me, like, I'm happy so, but the music over here so make me happier.
Got you.
And then the church is gonna say, why lose your soul to gain the world, right? It's easy to say, but hard to live up to. You see me? My happiness is something that should be shown to the world. God never give me talent to go sit down pan. I no trophy. I no figure up and whatnot. No. So the world have to see who Suspense is again. When I was coming back, it was no easier. If me never strong, me commit suicide.
But you would think it would be harder because remember, you went into church, you were at the peak, your highest that you've been at that point there. All right? You said, okay, whatever happened, circumstances happen,
Yeah,
you're in Christian. So then now, remember, you're starting back from the bottom again, and people aren't going to really take you serious because you're what no. You're backsliding.
And that go on.
They're not going to take you.
But guess what them forgot? Them forgot say. Them forget say. Suspense. So when God ban judgment day when God say, Suspense, you can't answer for me. So you can't tell me how to live my life. And that's what I say? There is no way. I'm not the first, not the last, but then me realize you can't. You know who tell me that? You know who remind me of that? Burger Man.
Okay.
Burger Man called me up on the radio station and said to me, say, Suspense, tell them here, because guess what? Them jagging him in the newspaper and say, they never said Suspense turn back, you know. Them say, the headline said, Suspense turn her back on Christ.
We've seen that.
That was bad for me. Because people jag me, them rip me, then tap on me, then kick me. But I was strong.
So then how was it, even this is going on outside, how was it inside of your house now? Because were you married at this time here?
Yes, my husband was a Christian too.
And he's a Christian too, but you're fighting, say, I want to go back outside. No, how was that?
He be happy because guess what? When he turn Christian till the day when time he turn back, he must smoke. He never stop smoke. I wouldn't go to church until I smoke.
It's like you said, hey, thank God, we could get back to normal right
he
now.
was saying, because it's always me. You cannot be smoking and going to church. And I'm going to say, you don't want me to tell him. He was so unhappy because I'm in the bathroom and me a smoke, pass the bathroom, I smell the smoke and I say, Jason, where the smoke? And I'm going to say, you see me a smoke? And when I look, I call on them done, because I spread all of my color in the bathroom, because I know I smell smoke. And that's what I say.
Yeah.
So it was, for me, like, him be always telling me, say, don't go in a church yet. But he ended up the baptized the same day when I get baptized. But he said, don't go in a church. I know you feel now, I know me I see it, But grab the people them first and they go in a church. You see me? So I say, I want me support you 100, can you support me at 100? And I say, all right, I'm going to do it here, man. And I know, come out. I go live. Go sing a counter song called Escape and I act in live. And then MBR reached out to me and she take the song there about my true story about me escaping the abuse and everything. And from there, I decided to say, oh, I'm telling the truth, I don't want to hear the culture, I don't want to hear this. But guess what? Suspense a bad girl in me have to come leg up my tongue. True word.
Yeah.
I have to leg up my tongue and show them. You understand me I say?
Okay, so then now, it's like your husband said, okay, yeah, get back to whatever. But even before we go down this second coming of Suspense, how do you even get your name in the first place?
All right. So
And I'm going to preference it with this. I want the real version, not the PR version.
The real version. I want to go and pretend.
All right.
I'm not pretend. When I fix up my phone, hold on. We can't cut the part. I'm going to show you what going on. One thing I get with me, I don't know any pretend.
I know that.
Me as a Virgo, I'm going to tell you straight. And of course, all right, let's come and can talk. Tell them what going on. So you have this young man now, him named Jermaine, right? Him my boyfriend. What them things say, what is a par? You see, but I'm look spokes this. You see me? Me and him take on the street, more while him call me and say, yo, what go on? I say, yo, you know, say, that you forward in that place. You see me? Him that. He was very good looking and have the long tool there. And you know, girl, him love him and thing, and me a call, and then because me go from War Hill to Kentire more while.
Yeah.
By the time I turn my back, is a new girl. But anytime I come back in town, the queen has arrived.
Okay.
So when I come back, I always the queen. No muscle. Then I say, yo, the boy mix up in some bag of things now. Gun business and blah, blah, blah. You know? If me support 110%, me not care when one mix up in and me and him like Bonnie and Clyde, me not ask you. No, muscle, me go some woman, me decide, say, no, man. If I want to look at money, man, I want to left him, because I don't want to cheat on him, I want to left him. So me tell him, say, me I go in a church. I say, I left, I can't left. And I say, you can't tell me that I say, I can't left and show him the badness. You can't do just left, say, you know what I'm saying? So me beg him, Mr. Tim say, please, me I beg you, can I go back in a church? And I say, all right, if a church, me I go back in a? Fine. And remember, I left Kentire and go back to Racal for a little while. And left Racal, go back to Kentire, then I go. Slipe Road, baby father, first baby father. Down the summer day and no one. Still I go back up so cause the boy I really want to say, you know. But I just say bad this one thing come out because he's so handsome and me know same can do so much better than him bright. Yeah. Just go Calabar and him get kicked.
Okay.
Yeah. So him get expelled for badness again. Alright, here I go on now. I get down to where I go on now. So I go to him and tell him say, I'm leaving and you have your white woman a foreign, you have your white bitch and him something there. And I not tell a lie. I don't want you come nobody left me. I don't want nobody left me. I don't want you left me hanging. So I want left you first. Even though I got hurt, I want left you first. So you know say, when a big man left him, so say, you know say, here me I go do for you. You give me name. So he was called. So everybody, Jermaine was Suspense.
God.
Yes.
Yeah.
He gave me his name. And when he gave me his name, he called himself Sustain and gave me Suspense. And he never took back the name. We never been back together again after that. But I moved on with the name Suspense. And I saw me start introduce myself. No, my name Poochie again now, baby doll. No, my name is Suspense. And that's how I entered the music and dancing industry as Suspense.
As Suspense.
Yes.
That was there. Crazy.
Yes.
That I knew we were talking, and that was the only thing I didn't want to leave out.
Yes.
Was how you got your name.
Okay. I'm an ex-boyfriend with a good wood man. I him give me a name. I him give me a name. I him say, you ever got a mama with a name. So I say, go, good girl, get some things. Yeah, sometimes we get a car or a house, but I take the boy, and then the last name, but take the boy name. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. When I ask if I'm proud, yeah, made proud. Take the boy name. After how much years, I still name.
Yeah.
Suspense. So when I go tell me, say, I want to bring him picnic on my road, and me name Suspense. So don't know that, man. Know that, man. So yeah, that was it. Somebody get the name. Yeah.
You're an interesting character. Listen.
Thank you, I know, right?
You're doing your stuff now. You linked up with Mineral Boss and you put out your big song. That song there was real. It was real. It was an empowering song. Yeah, it was dance hall, it was cultural, but it was a real empowering. I like how you did the video and everything.
Yes.
So then now we got a different side of you. When did you decide now to go from something like that, your nice cultural stuff, to into the pum pum tune them?
All right, I always pum pum long time. Long time. Because I remember, the first song I'm writing now. Listen to the first song going now. Me pussy rub up on the hood like a olive oil, you see. Me make him cry like 7 months, baby. Me grip him tight now him can't see clearly. And this nice him say, girl killing me. And him climax like a dog with honey. So a long time. That was my first fully written song. A long time, me pum pum. But then, because you come from out of the church, so you go take time ease.
And that's what I seen. That's why I asked you, because you didn't come out of church and then straight in a pum pum.
Never.
You know what I mean?
And then after that, I got trust. Trust me to trust and fade out. Me I look, me I say, but watch the man, me I go them good song, I don't know why I hear this. Who don't really want? Me I go no one. And I saw you go now.
But were you comfortable, now that you're coming out of a church mentality, actually doing back these pum pum songs again?
All right, you are never comfortable doing anything until you're comfortable. Somebody decides, say, look here, my fans, I love you guys so much, but it's on me. My happiness, if me not happy, you can't happy with me or for me.
Sure.
You understand me? So, I know, start record pum pum song, you know. I stay true, I go up and I go sound Jaffe. Too many sleepless nights and it's not fair. You see some few people go so and say, boop, boop, boop. But you see me go so, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Say how much fun it is to ride in a tight pum pum. One day the whole place tear down. You hear pop, 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 pop. As some know, so look here now. But don't get it wrong. The pum pum song them not determine me, not define me. Because guess what? I do every single thing. Last night on my live, what happened? Muscle. I have the crowd just mention one thing. Just mention one thing, I'm going to sing about it.
Yeah.
And I fulfilled everybody's wish. Understand me? So I go culture, I go R&B, because my crossover, my first crossover was Trust me, that just don't fade out. Me I tell you someone don't shine it there now. Remember this on your way out. I miss you text now playing, no. Yeah, so I got this so, and then I start do temporary, and I start do some things, because then Clubhouse came along, and I go back Clubhouse go start sing. And producers reach out to me from there.
Okay.
Understand me? I'm going to do song for them, and, but it's ours. I'm comfortable mashing up the whole crowd. That's why you get the pum pum song them and the gun song them now.
So who is your truest essence? Is it the pum pum? Or that's what the crowd is gonna, you're gonna get the reaction, but what is your truest essence?
All right, so my truest essence is culture and my reality. So like with songs as Brighter Side, Children's Cry, Picture Perfect, Escape, Anxiety, all of those songs are also out on Suspense, One Queen, Vivo, and all media platforms. That's my true essence. Remember, I know, no come and say, hey, girl, me I take your man, I'm in a business and mash up the place. So when I come and say, yo, man never sleep. When we eyes them lock, brain active, me does a think non-stop. Anxiety, I reach out. Me say, no, you have some girl out there, so we take a girl, man, and then run out, But guess what? Morals and values also count. I'm just singing that. Me take girl, man, for true, But when I sing, what the people them can relate to.
Yeah.
But when I go anxiety, there's so many people out there battling anxiety. Like it's like, yo, man, your mama scary song and it reach out to me and touch me because I battle anxiety too. You see me? So my truest essence is my culture side, my singing side. Because people hear the man voice or the big voice, but when I work my mouth for sing, muscle, everybody. I'm a DJ, Cause me full of lyrics, people stand up and say, so like, you're not get the railing right away. For me. The voice don't come on everybody. But when me start, the people say, Is a female this?
Yeah.
You see me? But when I go into my singing mode, let me tell you, everybody and their mother and their papa, when we meet, say, girl, you should sing more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my choice essence is singing and the culture side.
Got you.
Yeah.
I know even at one point in your career after you came back, you kind of linked up with Eastside for a bit, which was Skilly and Ritical and them at
Yes.
that time. How did that even come around?
All right, so my cousin, Eskelba Records, I did 2 songs for him. One called Guap, 3 songs. One called Guap with Shani Blacks and Street Jenna from Eastside. And I did, and then I go do me and Street Jenna song called Anna Roll. It's a sex song. And I think that was one of the first sex songs we released.
Okay.
Yeah. And with video and everything. Yeah, one of my first sex songs we released. And then me do a song called F-Face. It's basically me I say, me fuck face you. Me use another man's face so me I fuck you because you fuck up. But F-Face also means, you know, you put something in the place. So me call it F-Face. So it's E-F-F-A-C-E. It's F-Face. But my cousin is living in America, but he used to work alongside the person who owns Eastside Records.
Got you.
So them him bring me come to Jamaica and him bring me out there because them always believing in me. Big up Eskelba Records. Always believing in me and him carry me out there, me and Skilly them out there. Skilly them said to me straight, say, Mama, are you have any name because then the Skilly bang them no boss set, you know?
At that time there.
Yeah. Are you have any name, Mama? So you are going, you have the voice and you have the crowd, no, Mama. You know them way there? So are you where the pen, you see me them look away there. But me never meet Ritical before that at that time. Skilly bang them with a good way. But to be honest with you, I sang the song with them. Teach me how to pray. And then somebody do the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. And them they we have a contract for go sign, to go work along with the Eastside. But for some strange reason, people get in my head say, no sign a contract yet. And you know, but me and Eastside always good same way. Always good. Yeah, but that was it. Me and Skilly Bang them always good. My little last boy love Skilly. Him and Skilly good. You know them look away there? But besides that, big up Eastside because them they always say suspense. Them never not say suspense. I even went back like 2 years after and they have a young artist called Kelia or something like so. And I went and I wrote a full song called what that again? Knock knock. Knock knock. Who that? People gunshot yai, chopper gun kick down door flat, finish him. Mortal come back and say, flatline not stop. Body package in a body bag. I'm in a 2 love chat. I'm in a 2 chat. So yeah, so basically me go back out there and they must say, what you say, we can do that because she signed to them. And me say, yo, people are look for some pussy song and them thing there from 2 female. No, we are coming with guns out. And I done Eastside already, you see me? Yeah. But the song never reach, for whatever reason, I remember. Because I'm a girl way. Take my losses and move on. I take my L's and I move on.
So Jada wasn't in the link at that time there when you were
She
around?
was in the link, but she was already out. So I never met Jada there.
Yeah.
My first time talking to Jada was last week on a live. And she's saying, no girl, me meet you already and the whole work. And I say, me no remember. She say, you might get big and forget me. I say, Jada, come on. Oh, you forget big and forget it, you know? But she's saying, we meet already, man. And me, I say, me no remember. You understand me? But no, she was there, but not there. Yeah.
Yeah. At that time there. So you're doing your thing, linking with Eastside, you link with Mineral Boss. But then now, I seen a video you have come out called, it was a viral video I seen going around. And the song was called Interaction. And that's your new song that you recorded. That's one of your songs right now.
Yes.
How did you even come up with that song there? And I said, the video, it seemed like you were in a crowd somewhere. And when you're DJing, the crowd just started to bust. How did you even come up with that song there?
All right, so the song, I did not come up with that song. I write my song, but that song was not my song. So you have this young man in the community from when I just started singing. His name is Jason. Them call him the man. He is one of the most humble persons I have ever met in my whole lifetime. This man not put looking argument to me, but when my birthday makes sure I get a cake and them look something there. The man was a real man. Him have this song and him bad. The man just bad. Just bad. And him they have this song and him must say, yo, Pandy, potential kid with him from them time when they sing the first song pan. And I don't know. Like my sister Randa K, one of my closest sisters, because she's my mom's child. my sister said to me that, yo, I'm coming, me go viral on TikTok with. Say, hey, girl, I'm here to come and I'm in a business. So me don't go to the video for the Mafia music and thing, and you don't know, we get that out. And she say, come at them again with something. She say, do, imagine if body attack and pussy attack, no? And me say, no, sir. Yeah. Me say, me I go call, that foreign. Me say, me I go call, Jason. Me get him number, me call man, I say, what me tell you, man? I remember the lyrics, them man, boy, you can go up on YouTube and find him, send one link. One long time when him did sing it. And him say, yo, suspense, boom, I'm going in and I edit it so I want it. And me fix it. And me sing it different from how him sing it. And me come and me tell him, say, yo, listen to me. I'm going to do this song. Send me a BMI, whatever. And him say, no, him not give me a BMI. Him say, mama, just, when you get there, just bring me to your tour with you. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
And me say, yo, with this, with all the man give me this a song here, me take it with all gratitude and execute the song here. Now, every state me go up and bust this, everywhere get shell. Now, I went to Jamaica from America, go one Cambio. When me come out, me carry tail low up on the ground. Me saw one girl right beside me. She said, you name suspense? Me say, yeah. She say, I have one pump in my car when me can help you pump up your tire. When you pump your tire, you have to give me an ad to my party, which is Saturday coming. I said, no problem. I'm going to go to boom no one. She pump the tire for me, so I can go to the gas station and I go to and gear the ads. And I gear my number. And to say, call me and say, Mama, almost not kill me. Almost if your perform, I say, well, 2.5 US. And she say, well, Mama, I have the money there and I can't take 115. I say, you have to give me 125 and couple buckle. And she said, me can go 20. And I remember that this lady came out of her car. And her man come out of his car too and pump up my car wheel. You see me? And I said, yeah, I'm going to chill on the show. I got dressed for a lingerie party first. So the clothes I wear was a lingerie. But when I reach the event, put on my jacket, I'm just execute what I execute. There and then now, some people ask me, when the video go viral, I say, sharp bleach and ray. People don't understand again. Suspense do what you feel like. But I was not bleaching my skin for bleaching my skin's sake. I came to Canada and America and had a bad breakout. First in my life, I have a breakout. I've never had acne before. I didn't get teenage bump. Boom now, when I go to America, they say, no, man, you have to find something and help me to start use it. Then my face start get weird brown. I'm a light skin, of course. But I start get weird brown like a monkey. So I start tone the skin to, you know them little way there? Them tell me, say, yo, you go, mama, just tone it down. But you know them little way there, but when I reach, I don't far in a bit hot water, I cold, I come home, well, come out. You see me? And then where I got ready for the event, I didn't have good lighting, so my makeup was off. It wasn't a bleach out. It was the makeup. The makeup did half. The lighting did half, so the makeup, the makeup did half because when the big light come by, your makeup starts so say.
It starts to glow.
But when I hold the mic, they know when I muscle. And I sing my song, them, you know, I see the place bust, you know. That song was something I could say, I'll go viral either. Get me? So I post it, it go viral. And guess what? Somebody report it. It get pulled down. I'm going to post it back. And today as we sit here, the video where you see, the black suit, that song have over 500,000 views. Yes.
And this is the second post of that song.
Yes.
Because the first one got taken down.
First one got taken down. But this song was already recorded on What Kind of Man Rhythm for a artist. You know, you have Chinaman, the Waistline God. Me and him working together. So what happened is that theme is song go viral. What kind of man this? So I take theme rhythm from the producer and me sing it pan the rhythm. But he never release. And him not release it. And me never release it. I don't know why. When I came to Canada, I met Leslie. Rapture Entertainment. And I said, Mama, I give you one bad song. And with me know, violate people. If me I go step, me I go tell you, say, look here, this now record, me I go step. I call the producer at Jamaica, I say, may I give somebody a Canada the song because, you know, the person are fresh and everything and I think it can work. And I go to boom now and him say, no, man, Mama, I want me to you, man. You have more song and you will come back and you don't know, so one link and he was so casual about it and me give the song. And getting that song recorded was not easy. Because we get rhythm per rhythm, we record per record and people are saying, nah, come out of them one. And I record a 3 songs, 10 songs in a one go. So if you get through some problem with the song, I say, Bamba, what is? But we end up do what I do I will go, Rupture Entertainment, go out and reach out to one of my people, them, in Jamaica, named Spade, and we go, him name difference now, we go, and in Billy Rhythm, record the song. Came over here in Canada, do the something, and she was saying that she don't want it to be dancehall, she wanted it to be, you know what? Look at something, because I face the body and pussy, I expect some sex and them thing that go on, and she said, none of that one. And we quickly agreed and execute. And people, I want you all to check out Interaction and Suspense One Queen Vivo, because the song bad, rhythm bad, and a good production. Someone want to check it out. Somebody expect more from me, but guess what I learn? When your stuff goes viral, before you release it, it takes away.
But you have to remember something. Once you're working a song, sometimes a song pops off right away. Other song sometimes it takes all 2-3 years for a song to really pop the real proper way. You know what I mean? And to me, that and your first song that you came out, those two after being Christian, the first one, these two are your two. Yes, these are your two solid songs that you have right now.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's crazy. So even right now, 2023, what next are you working on? Where are you going now? What's next for Suspense?
All right. So remember some name Suspense, so now I don't really know what's next. But we have 3 big collabs coming.
Okay.
2 of which are crossover. 1 big reggae artist and 1 big Canadian artist. When I talk about Frankie big now, when I talk about big. Yeah. And I know say, gotta listen, and God knows say I want to do something with Tada Stevens, Jada Kingdom, and Cranium, and Dexter Daps are also in the same circle more while, and them something there. I'm a love she, you know. So, we're not going to really know until you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, so we have 2 big songs come also with Chinaman the Waistline God, a culture and a sex song. So I want to for us understand. Say, I'm not going to tell them, say, oh my God, tomorrow, and this is going to happen. But listen to me, a big things are going to happen. I don't want to tell them, I like a little song where you do, I like a little show where you do, nothing no look about me. I just my size alone. Means a big thing. Yeah. And a big things are come. So, bear in mind, say, Muscle, big, great, humongous things are coming from this little human being. Yes.
I believe you because, okay, I wasn't sure if I was going to say this to you at the beginning of the conversation or at the end of the conversation, but I knew this is what I wanted to say to you. You know, I was approached 3 times before this interview happened to say, somebody said, yo, Suspense, whatsoever. And I took a quick look. I said, nah, man, I'm over this body, pum, this is all they're singing. I'm over it. First time. I said, all right, nah. Approach a second time. Brush that. You know what I mean? Third time, I said, okay, you know what? Let's do it. After I said, let's do it, something came across. I was on YouTube or something. When I seen an interview that you did, I said, 1,000%, this girl has to be in my chair. You understand? Because your story, your highs, and your devastating lows that you've been through, the world has to hear what Suspense has. You know what I mean? My thing wasn't, okay, if you have the hottest songs or whatever, nah, man. Your story, what you bring in and where you're going, amazing Suspense.
Thank you very much.
You know what I mean? Because at first look, I said, I'm not interested. My brethren that linked me with Pinchers, he linked me with Merciless, and he also linked me with somebody else. It was supposed to be Lexus he was supposed to link me with.
Yeah, Lexus
you know
is
what I mean?
my boy.
Yes. So then he said, yo, Lexus
I know
is trying
who
to
said that.
Huh?
I think this Fire Dan said that.
It's Fire Dan.
It is Fire Dan said that. Big up Fire Dan, of course.
Yes.
But
He said,
he's always working behind my back.
Yeah.
I know.
He said, yo, Lexus. I said, nah, man, I'm not interested, boss.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm not into this one bag of Ray and Tate. But then after I seen, I said, nah, man, I have to.
So did you ever listen to Boss Chick or Children's Car, any of those?
Again, this was when I first, when you just do a quick search, you just see, and the first thing that comes up is, skin out this, and I'm not interested.
Yeah.
But then when you deep dive and see what you're really about the acting, you're about the dancing, you won this, you did that, I said, nah, man, we're going to sit down and talk. You know what I mean?
I did
Amazing
pageants.
journey.
I did pageants. I win pageants. Being an actress is one of my great points as well.
Yeah,
'Cause I
you've
didn't
done. You're in a
expect it.
movie with Bad Boy Trevor.
Bad Boy Trevor
you
is the
did
main one.
Bartender with Expression. Then
And I did bartender with Expressions. I did corner shop, which is a Jamaican what you call them there? Call them that again.
well, like
some-
a soap opera.
And a soap opera, like we just go right through. It's not, I don't know, cut, fix. It's just I just go on the camera,
Yeah.
and you just act. And then I did
Like a
one
improv.
Yes, it was I did my main project was with Bad Boy Trevor, but in a release yet, so I'm gonna stick to my main project now. Is One Apartment. So people check out One Apartment. Let me tell you something. My song Picture Perfect is also the theme song for that.
Okay.
You need just 4 episodes. When you get the time muscle, sit and watch One Apartment. It's about abuse. So it's basically like my lifestyle. Getting pregnant, the man don't want to be, but he's cheating outside. And the best friend was supposed to have your back, you think she cheat with your man. And yes, so that was deep. That's Expressions. And then I went into Color Purple, True Colors with Barracks Entertainment. I'm come as a mad mother. This is the suspense, so you know now. Hey, girl. Yeah. You understand me?
Yeah.
So it was hard for me for the other 2 where to act not suspense. And then I got 2, which is corner shop. When me come out with, if me have on a pin and if me have on this pants, the pin that is worn on the outside.
Yeah.
So me wear 10 different color and the ear color mad. I'm a true, I'm have a list tongue, I'm a stem. Right now you see. Yeah. So basically, and then I was in America. And Swiss Lee came to America. And before he came to America, when we were introduced, I said, yo, we need to do some, because I do acting, just come. And when he came, some of my best freestyle work yet, improv work yet, was with Swiss Lee. Because him just come and say, here what you going to do. Because the first one go viral. All of them go viral, but the first one they go viral because him just say, you going to tell me, say, I need to look at work. So everywhere him turn, in the fridge, I say, Alex, go get a walk. No, I'm the American. Alex, you need to get to work. When I'm going to the show, I'll be Mr. Lock off the water. This is not Jamaica. You need to get to work. When I watch TV, I say, you know, and I say, so it going in real life. You know? And we started in just like, Swiftly we come to you and say, you're being mother right now. That's all. You're going to be a mother. And then just put on the camera, and you're going to be a mother. And we'll go in our 1 minute, we're going to go up on TikTok and everything go viral. Yeah. And that was very good for me as well. It grew my platform and show some other people. So when they reach out to me now, I could send them to the other movies I'm in.
Yeah.
Understand me? So each one help, and I always tell people that people don't understand. Why you? Because many people tell me, say, you do too much. Anybody tell me, say, do too much? I can't work with you. I can't work alongside you. I can't be friends with you. I never limit myself. I call myself the triple threat. Sing, act, and dance.
When they say you do too much, I might see it as a way like this. Not as in your talent is so vast, as in you might not focus in on one thing enough, pop that, and then we'll pop everything else.
And that's it, what I focus, my main focus is on my music, right? And I use my music in everything else I do. Understand me? So as I said earlier, each one help one. I've never got in and want something where I'm going to say, well, this not going to work. When I go in and go catch Swiftly with woman in the bed, the song will come up is, say, hey, girl, me take your man, I'm in no business. Understand me? In my movies, me I walk, me I sing, me sing them. Say, girl, you're independent and your boss is, so eventually you're going to hear. Even when I sing, use my voice in like, the one with Bad Boy Trevor, like when them don't take me away, I'm in the house cleaning, I start singing to people. I go watch the movie and say, whoa, but you can sing too. They're going to find out you can sing. What does she have out there?
So the foundation of everything is music.
Is my music.
And everything else is built off of that.
Everything. Music is my everything. What can't I live without music? What music is my everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Suspense, excellent
Thank
conversation.
you very much. Thank
you
you very
understand?
much.
The way how you articulate what happened and you're just so upfront with it, that's
When you say
that's
you're going to
amazing.
either pick up the media and people around you will release whatever they want to release eventually. Understand me? There's nothing to hide. Certain things you don't give to the public,
For sure.
they already know.
For sure.
But you giving them this on a platform, them screen record the part alone, that's what they focus on. And I'm over that. You understand me? But there's no question that you would ask me. Like my big sister always say, you can always say pass on a question. Always.
Yeah.
But I see it more as, you're coward. Answer the question. In whatever way you feel. But whatever you do, as my mom always say, when you're asked a question, this was when I was very young, when you're asked a question, think before. But I'm a very, very quick thinker. But remember saying no, and a school this, you ask about me. I don't have to think about nothing coming out and lie.
Yeah.
Once you ask me, I go give it to you. Boom, that's me.
Yeah. Like
And that's it. My spirit is unmatched. I was on TikTok the other day with Jada Kingdom and the youth was saying, his name is Ro. He said, I met Nekwan and Ro and a couple of them, but Ro said, let me tell you guys something. When I say love her spirit, wait until you hear her story.
Yeah.
And that was touching for me because that person from Clubhouse days 3 years ago remembered my story and said she's amazing. But when you hear her story, you will see.
That's why you're sitting in this chair right now, because I knew you had the story. You understand? We're going to come back next year before, when that super hit comes,
Yes.
But I wanted the story. You understand? Give me the story. And you gave me the story.
Yeah,
You understand?
Yes. The music industry had been hard, but I'm standing. I'm not stopping.
Yeah.
Anybody who comes to work and them can't work up to my standard, so all that who vex, I'm sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
That's.
Any big ups? Leave some contact info where they could check it. Anything right now, the floor is yours before I get you out of here.
All right, so please follow me on Twitter, Suspense Letter D Queen. So, Instagram, Suspense Letter D Queen. Also, my Facebook, the same, Suspense Letter D Queen, and Shanikia Morrison for the main page. Because back with the end of them, they say we can't change the name on Facebook. So, yeah, so I'm going to use my real name. And then on TikTok, the now thing, me a buzz over there, so yeah, it's Suspense the Queen fan page, right? And if you want to reach out to me in any way possible, you can go on my IG page. I just said Suspense the Queen, and you'll see where you see Rupture Entertainment. You can reach out for any bookings, etc. And you can always DM me as well. I'll always answer my fans. And I want to big up my mother, of course. I will never go anywhere without bigging up my mother, who is now keeping both my kids in Jamaica for me and sending them to school. Big up my sister West there. And big up all of my sister and brother them that are alive. Big up all my friends who stick in my circle. Slim as Boo. Big up all the persons I've met recently. Big up all the persons who were on my journey with me and did not make it this far. Whether you are before me in the success or behind me, big up on yourself, right? Big up all my close people. Big up all the artists that were willing to work with me. And big up to you, Muscle. And big up to Firedan again, because him always work on behalf of me, like this man just in him house and doesn't work. Understand me? So big up all of those persons and big up name the producers like MBR, JB, HMP, Rupture Entertainment, D Mafia Music, Talking Music. Big up Shaitan for the first song. One carry me pan date and a two gonna got. And big up some of the big people them now who are gonna say the real thing I come. Panther Son, all I know, big up on yourself. That's it. That's it.
Definitely.
I think, yeah. And big up me and big up God.
You know.
That's it.
Excellent conversation. You understand?
You're welcome.
You got a bright future, you know.
Thank you very much.
You understand?
Thank you very
Big up Rapture Entertainment for actually making this happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Big up Leslie.
Aye.
You understand? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.